What is up, guys? In this video, it's gonna be very busy. The goal is to get primer on all this bodywork that we got going on. If you'll see, I actually went ahead off camera. I have a couple clips that I'm gonna put in, but off camera I went and did a bunch of bodywork on Zach's car, trunk, blah, blah, blah. I started with that, but we got Wes's car in, Salty. Same thing, getting ready for primer. We got the hood on a horse over there. As you can tell, I'm running around. We're under a little bit of a time crunch. Not a little bit, a lot of it. As I said previously, trying to make it to RSD on the 13th, which is like a week and some days from now. We don't have that much time, so I'm gonna get right down to it. I'll probably put some of those clips up right now. Little update, Wes got a new rad support and nose panel for Salty. I don't know if I mentioned that already. We got the door, the front bumper. We're not actually gonna paint all the panels on this car because it's already orange. Like, we're gonna keep the roof, this door, the two doors over there. I might paint that over fender, we'll see. And then obviously all the stuff that is not orange. I'm gonna go over all this stuff, like sand off any surface rust that's happening or anything, degrease everything and get it ready to be primed. This is the primer we're gonna use. It's an epoxy primer, as you can read there. Basically, I just want a nice sticky coating to go over all the bare metal so we don't get any rust. So I just made a bit of a mistake recording this, but basically I just went around this with the sander some more. But I think as far as dents, there's nothing like crazy concerning on this hood. The only spot that I really want to do something about is right here and here, maybe around here a little bit too. I'm probably just gonna glaze it and just send it because you didn't really see this before when it was black. Honestly, you probably wouldn't even see this as it is, but maybe, and I don't really want to take that chance, especially just because it's right at the front, you know what I mean? So like maybe back there or like by the washer nozzles, like leave that alone, but this is like the first thing you see when you're looking at the car. I'm just gonna fill this real quick, blah, blah, blah. So I probably should have covered this, but this is a red Scotch-Brite pad, and basically what it's gonna do is any areas that are under sanded or like here, you know how it's not uniform, I'm gonna use this to kind of go over the whole thing and make sure that I have like a uniform area to be priming. I'm honestly not sure the exact grit that this is equivalent to, but it is equivalent to like sanding, and honestly, in my opinion, as a last step, it works like better than trying to go around with sandpaper and make sure everything's correct. I could be wrong, but this is just in my experience, this is what I use. All right, so unfortunately, I've decided that I am gonna prime these two cars separately. I need to get primer on this stuff, and I don't have enough horses, like these things, for the stuff that's coming off of this car. With that said, I hope that I'll be able to get primer on this one as well today. That would be sick, because in that case, I might not even have to empty the gun, which also would be really sick. This thing's just about ready. I need to do something about that real quick, but I gotta prep the trunk, and the hood is just about prepped. I still gotta scuff that and wipe it down. I'm gonna wipe everything down before I put primer on it, but that'll be the last step. So I'm gonna get started on this. Long story short, I decided I'm gonna do the hood here, the trunk, and then like a little spot on the nose panel. Reason being, we recently changed the water separator in the airline, like basically the filter for the compressor, and I really don't want to find out that there's water getting into the lines while I'm spraying a bunch of panels. So I'm just gonna start small. I know this is like the biggest panel, but between the two cars and all the panels and stuff, I figure I'll start with something off the car that's easy to fix if it gets messed up. So with that said, I'm gonna start mixing up the primer over here. It's JP375. It's just a gray epoxy primer. I got some hardeners here. They're all like 15% full, maybe. Yeah, there might be like a quarter in that one, but I wanna get rid of these, and then I have this unopened one. I have some reducer here. I might reduce it just to make it a little easier to spray and make it flash a little quicker. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up. For this particular primer I'm using, the mixture ratio is 2:1. So if you look there, basically how it'll work is I will fill it. I'm gonna go up to 5 because I need some. I might actually make more than that, to be honest. Basically the way this would work is fill this up to 5, and then you could add a part by filling it up to the 5th line, because the primer will be here, and then the difference would be up to that 5. All right, I bumped the camera, but there's your 2:1 mix. We're gonna try not to spill this everywhere, but I know it's gonna go everywhere, so bear with me here. Ooh. Dude, I couldn't do that better if I tried. It's just like right under 4. This stuff does expire, and it is pretty old, so hopefully it works out. Well, it looks right. And it was just slightly under 4, so I'm gonna pour slightly under 4 as well. All right. And they say for reducing this primer, you want to be around 10%. I'm just gonna add a splash. Whatever, it'll be all right. All right. All right, so I'm using this Harbor Freight gun here, and one thing I've learned while using it is don't fill it all the way, or rather, put a little bit in it right when you put some paint in, because chances are it might leak. It doesn't seem like it's leaking, so. And I cleaned this gun. I ran some lacquer thinner and stuff through it before this, so we should be good. Not too bad. I'll take it. just a little update. I got the car here, got the hood all body worked out. A little bit of a jump here, but mainly there was a lot of stuff going on in the shop. I didn't really have an opportunity to record. So that's done. Trunk is done. Door is done. This panel, I ended up swiping across the whole thing. This is done. The other door is primed already. It's actually outside. Now I'm gonna sand up this hood and then tape this thing out and prime this car to get it to look like Salty, because Salty looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Got my primer mixed up, car's taped out, cut up, ready to party. I wiped everything down with some degreaser. I'm gonna spray that, spray this door, not this roll of tape, got the back. Should turn out pretty good, so let's get spraying. All right, so right off the bat, we have two like kind of big failures. Primer looks decent, but I opened the door to try and vent some air. I really shouldn't have done that. It was foggy in here. It still kind of is. Got a bunch of dirt and stuff in it. As soon as I opened the door, I actually turned this fan on too. Rookie mistake, but bodywork looks all right. Nice little sag. I'm spraying with extremely low air pressure right now. It's not really spreading that well at such low air pressures, but bodywork don't look too bad. Nice, dude. But this don't look too bad. I was kind of worried about it, but it looks pretty good. Tomorrow, we're gonna try and get the cars ready. I'm gonna wet sand Wesley's car tomorrow. Zach's car, this car that I'm spraying primer right now, I'm probably not gonna end up wet sanding until Tuesday. Today's Sunday. I mean, we're gonna have to see how long this takes to dry. It shouldn't be too bad. So we're gonna get a lot of sun tomorrow and Tuesday, so I'm gonna stick the car outside and see what happens. But yeah, so this week, a lot of paint shit happening. I'm gonna buy an inline air filter or like a water separator for the gun, because I don't really trust the one on the compressor here, but that's fine. With all that said, if you enjoyed the video, maybe give me a thumbs up, maybe subscribe, that would be cool. If not, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. And I will see you guys in the next video.